In May 2008, I had a short conversation that changed the course of my life forever. I was living a pretty typical American existence with my wife and two small children. And I woke up that Saturday morning with a specific project in mind. I was going to clean out the garage. I invited my 4-year-old son to help me with the project. I could use the help, but more importantly, I had just spent all week at work and I was hoping to be able to spend some time with him. Well, he lasted about 4 minutes. He grabbed a couple of his toys and pulled them into the garage, but soon he discovered his baseball and his baseball bat. He was quickly in the backyard asking me to come play catch with him, but 4 hours later, I was still working on the garage. My son had moved from baseball to the sandbox to the swing set, was now sitting alone on the swing, asking me to push him. I noticed that my neighbor was outside, and so I began commenting to her on how much energy was going into taking care of the home, when she responded with a simple sentence that forever changed my life. She said, "Well, maybe you don't need to own all this stuff." I looked at the pile of things in my driveway. I looked at the most important thing in my life, my son alone in the backyard on the swing. And I asked myself, are these things really bringing me joy? Are they really delivering on the promise of happiness? Or are they just distracting me from the things that are really most important in my life? My wife and I immediately began going through our home, removing everything that we did not know to be useful or beautiful. As a result, we began to discover that we had more time, we had more energy, we had more money and finances to spend on the things that were most important. We discovered that we lived with less stress, less worry, more freedom. We had more opportunity to pursue our passions: faith, family, friends. We began to discover a new, more abundant life in owning less. Interestingly enough, my neighbor wasn't the first person to give me this advice. In fact, 2,000 years ago, Jesus was telling his followers the exact same thing. He was telling them not to stockpile treasures on earth. He was telling them to sell their possessions and give to the poor, that they would find a greater, more abundant, eternal life because of it. But I had always seen his words more as a test of my faith, a call to sacrifice this world for something better in the future. But as we began living with less, it flipped everything upside down. Suddenly, Jesus wasn't testing my faith, but he was inviting me to a better way to live. And that's why I wrote this book, to help others as early as possible in their life come to this realization that there is more joy in pursuing less than can be found in pursuing more, and that the invitation to live with less is an invitation to a more abundant life today. Are you ready to read this book? Are you ready to discover this unexpected key to happiness? Are you ready to stop wasting your life chasing possessions?